Welcome to West Coast Wednesday here on Prospectors Radio with Kathleen Biffle, Rich Cooley, Scott Swiftwater Toney, Indiana Gold Hunter, Dennis Dayton, and your host, Tim Grimes. We hope you enjoy the show, and thanks again for listening.
All right. Welcome back, everybody, to another edition of West Coast Wednesday right here on Prospector Radio. I'm your host, Tim Grimes. Joining me tonight, as always, I got the whole cast of cronies here. First off, we got Rich Cooley. What's happening, Rich?
Oh, nothing much. I'm back.
You're back. How'd it go?
No deer.
Oh, no. Come on. Really? None?
Nothing.
Did you see
Just
any?
seen a bunch of squirrels, and I seen one small doe on that one Saturday, and that was it. I didn't get anything.
So how much is season closed or what?
Well, it's closed this Saturday, but I don't think I'm going back up.
Okay.
So I might wait till after Christmas and then go out with my flintlock.
All right, muzzle loading, right?
Yep,
Gotcha.
go out with my muzzle loader after Christmas, maybe.
That's always fun anyway. Yeah. It's a blast.
Yeah, it's also cold. But
Yes, it is also cold. So
last year it was 17 degrees with 5 inches of snow on the ground, and I didn't see anything either. Anyway, so.
That's cold. I can't stand it. You know, what's the weather like down there now, Rich?
Not too bad. About 40s.
Oh, that's not too bad then.
Yeah, it's not too bad.
You got snow on the ground or no?
No, we did up at the cabin though.
Did you?
Yeah, it was still rainy.
Mm-hmm.
Rainy, mushy, slushy.
Kind of moist, was it?
Yeah, it was miserable.
Yeah.
But it was snowing off and on the whole time, so it kept it interesting.
Oh, I bet. You know. Oh, we're glad you're back, man. We missed you Sunday. We missed Cooley's Corner, but had your little buddy fill in for you Sunday since you wasn't here.
Yeah, I heard.
He did pretty good. Yeah, it's no Rich Cooley, I'll tell you that much. But
We'll have to hire him full time, huh?
I don't know about that. He's
he's just relief. He needs to sit on the bench.
yeah, we kind
of
of bench him occasionally. Yeah. Yes, we do. But man, Rich, I'm sorry you didn't get one. I know you were counting on it to get some deer meat, but it ain't over yet. So
No, it's not. But I still got deer meat in the freezer, and I'm going to experiment with my smoker this winter. So if I don't get one, I still have meat to use.
all right, cool. That works. Now, it's getting that time. It's getting close to Christmas. And remember last year, we always asked, what do you want for Christmas this year, Rich? You got anything on your special wish list that you're wanting, that you'd like to add to your collection?
Yeah.
Well, what is it? Let's hear it.
That's my air tanks. My air tank, air hoses, and the regulator.
All right. See, there's a good idea. All right, cool.
I need to buy that kit. That's what I want to start off with. So
All right. I
I
like
need
it.
my.
So that's what Rich wants for Christmas. That's his.
That's one of the things.
Well, that's the one you want like most of all.
Yeah, for prospecting. Yeah.
Okay, that's the thing. That's the one you want. Excuse me, everybody. Most of all. All right, cool. Well, Rich, I'm glad you're here. Make sure you chime in tonight. Got a lot going on, I'm sure. So
All right. Thanks for having
hope to
me.
hear from you during the show, okay? Awesome.
Okay.
Awesome. Also joining us tonight, we got our very own Miss Kathleen Biffle. What's happening, Kathleen?
Hey, everyone.
How are you doing, Kathleen?
Oh, you know, I've been better.
How's the foot?
I still am wearing the boot.
Still wearing the boot. Couple more days?
Next week I have my appointment.
Okay. And then
So not till the 13th.
then Das Boot is gone. You can get rid of it.
I hope so.
Yeah, just think.
Tired of wearing
Think
it.
positive. The boot goes. Okay?
Yes.
Boot's gone. It's no more. Put it in the closet. Save it for a rainy day because you're not going to
Oh,
need it.
gosh,
no
I
more.
hope not, ever.
Burn that sucker, right? Take it out.
Yeah, well, I'm
not
glad
doing the tango.
that it's feeling better.
That's the main thing. It's feeling better, you know. That,
Yeah.
So hopefully when you go to your appointment, everything's good. You don't need no surgery.
I don't want surgery.
Right, because you just don't. You don't.
Well, I just haven't been active, and I just feel like I feel myself getting heavier.
Oh, no.
So I gotta start doing some more exercises once I get this thing off.
Uh-huh. Well, hopefully soon then. Everything will be all right. It's going to be good. So, what's the essential oil of today?
Well, I love my sandalwood. Mm-hmm. I wear it religiously.
Mm-hmm. Ain't that what you had on the other night?
But it's a blend of sandalwood and cardamom.
Oh, okay. Because you had sandalwood on the other night, didn't you?
Yeah.
I thought so. Okay, that's like your fave.
Yeah, because it mellows you out.
Mm-hmm.
Helps the anxiety.
See? And don't forget, everybody, if you'd like to purchase some of these oils for your loved one, it's Christmas time. It's right around the corner. Get in touch with Kathleen.
Running out of time.
That's right. So you got to order now. If diffusers, oil, check with Kathleen. Shad will post a link to that site in the chat room.
I am not posting that link.
Shad, would you post that link?
Come on. Yeah, it's sandalwood, dude. It's sandalwood. Come on.
It smells good.
Oh, and just think, your loved ones will thank you for the rest of the year if they get some of this essential oil. So, come on. Shad.
I have to oil myself up because I can't get in the creek.
See? Oil therapy is good. See how it's working for Kathleen because she can't get in the creek? You guys,
it is.
Everybody should order that. Everybody listening tonight should order some. It's just my opinion.
And let me tell you, I'm putting them to the test, definitely.
There, see?
These last couple weeks, because it's starting to hit me like, it's winter.
Right. See, you just don't sell these. You are an avid user of these oils.
I believe in it.
Right. See, that's the thing. You're just not out there peddling some snake potion. You're actually
No. I'm a horrible salesman. I'm horrible, but if I believe in what I sell, then it just comes naturally.
See, that's the thing. So take our word for it here at Prospector Radio. Get you some essential oils, and if you're going to get them from that website that Shad posted in the chat room. Shad.
That's right.
Oh, somebody deleted it. Too bad.
Oh, okay.
I have to post it one more time, just so everybody knows it's there. Awesome, Kathleen. Well, you got some news for us tonight?
I do have some news.
Okay.
I didn't do as much because Scott's going to have his segment.
Okay.
But I do have some fun facts as usual.
Nice. Really nice.
I'll try to make them quick, but...
No, not too quick.
I have fun looking for those things. I really do.
Right.
I run across some interesting articles out there.
See, that's what's
things
cool.
Things you would never think of to write about, and it makes you think.
See, that's pretty
things
cool.
Things that make you go,
Yeah, thank God you do that. 'Cause that provides us with some interesting stuff every Wednesday. It really does. And that's why we love Kathleen's dredging up the news so much. And Kathleen, we're glad you're getting better, and we're glad you're here tonight, as always. Yeah.
Great to be here.
Oh, great to have you. So we'll be talking to you here in a few minutes, I'm sure. Thank you.
Yep.
All right. Also joining us, we got the other half of the Biffles. We got Mr. I don't want to post a link, Shad Biffle. What's happening, Shad?
Well, I just got ambushed with some
I just put
oils
some oils on them.
See,
in my head.
even Shad uses them.
Jeez.
Now that he's got the oil on, he'll mellow out and post that link.
No, I refuse.
He flat out
It
refused.
does smell good, though.
See? What's happening, buddy?
It's not tell a lie. Oh, man, it's West Coast Wednesday, so I'm doing great. 2 more days left in the work week.
Heck yeah. Right.
So, minus the weather, you can't do any better than that.
I'm telling you. It's just good to be
Except
here.
be out finding a bunch of gold would be cool.
That would be pretty awesome, Heck yeah, it would be, brother. But, ouch, you got your local events of interest tonight?
Oh, you know it, and
Sweet.
I think it's some good ones. I haven't even read them yet, but I already
but
think
you
it's good.
already know they got to be good.
They're getting obscure right now. It's all Christmas.
Right, of course. Yeah. Well,
they kind of take over.
Hey, you can mention...
If only we had somebody out on the West that could help us find these events, that would be awesome.
I wonder who. We'll have to think about that. See if we know anybody out that way. Yeah.
Yeah, he might have his hole or head in a hole. You never know. I can't look that stuff up every day, guys.
Never mind, Scott. Went right over your head. Just give us you're all right. So,
but I did see something cool this evening, actually.
What's that?
As you know, Josh and Jesse Feldman, the Feldman brothers, who've been on our show several times now. Hopefully we'll have them on again. But they just were able to announce their TV show, Lost Gold, is coming out here, 6 episodes starting, I think, January 14th.
I'm so excited.
Me too. Sweet.
So that's really cool. That was big news for them.
Travel Channel?
Yep.
Nice.
What's it about?
It's the Feldman brothers, dude.
It's about just historic things, stories,
Lost
legends, and they look
treasures.
for treasure.
Finding the clues, talking about
You don't know the Feldman brothers, Scott?
No, I just wanted to know the lowdown of the show. I mean, they do their thing, but I wanted to know the lowdown of the show. You know.
Oh.
Yeah, they had a pilot
find
a while
wood?
back
Ah.
that was out, and it did well enough to where they actually got signed to do, a little 6-episode series of it. So it should be really exciting stuff.
I thought it was cool to actually meet them in person.
That is cool, yeah. I'm happy for them. Yeah, we'll definitely have to get them back on again now that their show's definitely coming back. So let them get on here and plug it a little bit. That would be cool, Did I say plug it a little bit? I think I did.
You did.
And Shad didn't take advantage of that opening. You are slipping, brother.
I know, I'm slipping.
Awesome. Well, Shad, I asked Rich, and I forgot to ask Kathleen. What's on your Christmas wish list, my friend?
Honestly, I haven't even thought about it. We say it every year, but Kathleen and I, we don't buy each other gifts. We do our little Christmas, a month later, just because 5 kids. What do you expect?
Right. Makes sense. It definitely makes sense.
I don't know. I haven't really thought what I want.
You haven't really thought what gun you want this year?
I know what I want, but you didn't ask.
Well, I know. I'm coming back to you right after Shad because I forgot to ask you. I did, Kathleen. I literally forgot, but I'm coming back to you. I swear. I promise you. So what? You don't know what gun you want,
Use a
Shad?
vacuum cleaner.
Yeah.
Wait.
I've about jerry-rigged this for the past year and a half.
Ooh, you know what? We need a stand for our cleanup sleuth.
Okay, that's a we gift. Now, what does Kathleen want?
I actually have this aquamarine cut stone, gemstone, that it doesn't have a setting, and I want to make it into a ring or have somebody make it into a ring.
Ooh.
And I'm hoping that Santa brings me that this year.
Okay, see?
That's cool.
That is cool. Now, Shad, back to you. You still haven't decided yet what you want?
No, I haven't.
All right, well, I'm going to give you time to
I'll
think
take
about
his
it.
gift.
Okay, Kathleen, what does Shad want?
No, I got ideas, but I haven't, pinpointed one yet.
Okay, well, that's fair.
It kind of depends on some things, because like many know, I like older collectible firearms,
Right.
Going back to the World Wars, even past that. But with all the stuff and politics, I'm leaning towards some modern day firearms that are controversial nowadays, I guess you could say, with some groups. So I'd rather get some of those items pinned down just in case.
Okay, that makes sense.
I don't know. We'll see.
Cool. Well, when you come to that solid decision, I'll ask you again next week anyway, probably. So
Okay. I'll have a different answer for you.
You probably will. I'm sure we all will. So.
Evidently, I want a vacuum cleaner and a cleanup stand.
And a cleanup sleuth stand. That's all you want.
Yeah, ours is messed up, man.
He's going to take my old crutches and make something out of it, I think.
I thought about it because, man, it's lightweight.
It's lightweight.
Aluminum.
See?
Why not?
Why not? If you could do it, right? Heck yeah, brother. Well, cool, Shad. And you want to do your birthdays in precious metal now, or?
Yes, let's
do it.
knock them out real quick with your current market prices for the 5th of December. Gold's been tracking really strong these past couple days. It's up only $1, but it's at $1,238.
Mm-hmm.
So significant increase from last week. Silver, though, is down 3 cents at $14.44. However, I read an article that said silver, you're going to watch it, it's going to make a little move.
Told you.
Going up, so...
It's happening.
We'll see. I don't know. I said
happening.
that before, and it didn't really do much.
It's happening.
But platinum, that one actually is down $4.
Oh.
It took a steep dive last week, but it's at $799. So we'll see. It hovered around for quite a while at the $840 mark.
Uh-huh.
So we'll see if it gets back up there, but not a good start off to this week.
Okay.
Palladium, though, it is up $11, closing in at $1,207.
Okay, nice.
Now, Palladium, a couple times yesterday and today, got up to $1,240.
Okay.
For a few hours. So, and they say it's because, obviously, a lot of the automakers, there's a lot of high demand for palladium for what we talked about, the catalytic converters.
Right.
Rhodium or palladium in that?
That's palladium.
Mm-hmm.
Catalytic, whatever
palladium.
you call it.
Catalytic converter. But, yeah, they say... we talked. It's only really mined in 2 locations in the world. One's Russia,
right?
And they actually mine over 80% of palladium mined in Russia is actually a byproduct of them mining for nickel.
Oh wow!
Now the other location is South Africa. Also, 80% of the palladium that they find there is a byproduct of mining for platinum.
Oh, okay.
So that ought to tell you there that that's one of the reasons why the price is so high. Output on palladium is very dependent on how well and how much they're investing in mining these other minerals. So when demand slows or they're having to change operations or something, palladium obviously output drops significantly, and it's not able to keep up with current market demand for the automakers.
Right.
And that's primarily who's buying this stuff up.
Right.
Causing this price to go up. So well, I'm curious to see how high, but it's the highest it's been in 16 years,
oh,
they
wow.
said.
Okay. So I wonder, we'll see what it does.
Yep. Now, good old friend rhodium, that did stay flat at $2,600.
Okay.
So, not a lot of movement there.
Not a lot with the big rhodium.
Yeah.
Superhero metal.
Oh, darn, only 2,600.
I know, right? So,
I mean, that's crazy.
It is. It's nuts. But it is what it is. All right. Well, Dennis, you singing tonight?
Oh, yeah, always.
You queued up? You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, take it away, Dennis.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, wow.
I still chuckle every time.
I just get chills. It's so beautiful.
It's like an angel.
It is. It's like an angel.
All right.
I think all you guys get a visual every time that song comes on.
That's why I laugh.
Oh, you know it. The visual.
You're going to do it in a Santa hat?
Yeah.
All right, so here's some birthdays for you. We have Bill G., Boyd Hudman, Dan Priss, David, Glenda Labotny, John, Juan Velasquez, Rhonda Cook, and River Digger. Now, tomorrow, we have Christopher Russo, David Hudnall, David West, Jay Covey, Justin R., Keith Moreland, Lee DeWitt, Leonard, Mark Cunningham, Mary G., and Natalie. So happy birthday, everyone.
Happy
birthday.
Happy day.
Happy. And Shad, I want to thank you for being here, brother, as always. And we'll be talking to you here in a few minutes with your local events of interest. Yeah, I got it right tonight.
You'll be on the edge of your seat.
I can't wait. Can't wait. I'm already there.
Not that exciting.
Oh, it is.
telling you.
I haven't even read it yet.
I've had to look them up. They're not that exciting.
Awesome.
Way to give it away. Way to ruin my little thing.
Sorry.
Awesome, brother. Thank you so much. We'll talk to you here in a minute. Also joining us, as always, on Wednesday, our West Coast connection, Mr. Scott Swiftwater Toney. What's happening, Scotty boy?
Oh, my goodness, you wouldn't believe it out here. I'm not freezing for one thing.
Oh, God, you're in Arizona. You can't be
Yeah, because I hear everybody around the country is like
It's
really
cold.
cold.
It's cold.
You guys.
It's cold, brother. It is. Yeah. But you're soaking up the sun and just living the dream, right?
Well, no. I wouldn't say soaking up the sun. You got to remember, we're down in the mountains, so we got to wait till, we get down there, and the sun might hit us about 10:30 in the morning.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah, but it's cold until you get there.
Oh, yeah, I bet. But it's sun. At least you're getting sun, which we're not seeing much of.
We haven't seen the sun in months in Ohio.
Yeah.
Well, we saw it on Sunday.
Oh, briefly.
Briefly, yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, but you got to remember, we're in the Valley of the Sun. The Valley.
The Valley of the Sun. That sounds like an old B movie. Yeah.
I know, right?
It sounds like one of those westerns from the 60s.
Yeah, it does, exactly, don't
the dime movies.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, it does get warm here today. But yeah, we're still doing pretty good, doing some good dry land dredging. And just to let everybody know out there, if you're listening to the radio show and watched my last video, and the people thought that I was hydro mining, I was not hydro mining.
Oh, is that what they're telling you?
Yeah, they thought I was hydro mining, and I tried to explain to them that we are at the bottom of the creek going down.
Right.
We're not blowing the sides out of mountains and things like that. It's not the same thing.
Okay.
You just got to, here in Arizona, you got to pump water from one place usually to another to where the gold is, because the creek moves. You know, throughout the years, it moves from, it could be 13, 14 feet this way, and then all of a sudden next year you come back and it's 15 feet that way.
Right.
So you have to be able to transport water, and a lot of people, I've had a couple people ask me, well, I thought you used dry land dredges for that. Well, yes and no, because the stuff that we are moving has got a predominantly a lot of rocks in it. It's not just like a sandbank in a creek.
Mm-hmm.
Like your guys' creeks back there, Indiana, Ohio, Illinois, stuff like that. Those creeks get sandbanks. Yeah, they've got flood gold in them, and yeah, you use a dry land dredge on them. But where we are, you're up 15, 16 feet where the water is actually running, and you're not even out of the creek yet. It's that the washes are that big.
Mm-hmm.
So just we've just been digging and doing our thing and dry land dredging, like I was saying, and making some good progress this week. Found a nice little a bank that is down on Ben's Claim that he's been looking at for quite some time, and he always wanted to dig into it because we always have a I have a motto: if the sand's there's something holding up the sand.
Okay.
So I know there's something under it.
Right.
But a lot of people don't want to go. Yeah, a lot of people don't want to go through that trouble to get through 8-9 feet of sand. Well, Ben, he went through it, and we found out that the sand predominantly has what we call micro gold, and that would be equivalent to probably if anybody's actually watched Razor's videos, they're going to know what micro gold is. He's doing the same thing. He's taking the beach, he's taking the sand, and he's putting it through, and he gets micro gold, but he gets a lot of it out of that sand because it's what we call flood gold. He wouldn't call it flood gold, because the beaches are the beaches, but ours would be flood gold. So every time it comes down, there's always micro pieces traveling with the sand, and a lot of people out here will call it blow sand, and which it's white, got a lot of mica in it, and it's just like it's tiring after a while.
Gotcha.
But then you get down, you get down to those black sand layers where the gold actually travels with the black sand, and hey, at the end of the day, it adds up, and it's been looking pretty good so far.
That's good. At least you're still out there mining. You're still having fun. Don't mind the haters on the video, and everything will be all right, right? And we're glad you're here tonight, Scott, as always. You know that.
Well, thank you. Like I said, I appreciate it.
And you got a segment tonight. What are you going to be talking about?
Oh, I'm going to be talking about equipment and the position that you are. Like if you're a starter, if you're a one-day-a-weeker, if you're a weekender, if you're a guy that goes out, for 3 days at a time in camps, the equipment you should have. And, there's a lot of people that I see out there that are just, they come out, they might be first, second, third timers, and they buy something that I would buy to move a lot of dirt, and they're not going to be that there. It's not, I'm saying, a waste of money, because once you get it, you always have it.
Okay.
But maybe it's not the proper equipment for you, and that's what I want to discuss.
All right. Well, sounds good. We look forward to hearing that segment right after Kathleen's dredging up the news. So, Scott, thank you for being here, brother. We appreciate it, and looking forward to your segment here in a few minutes. Awesome.
Oh, and I almost forgot to say something, too.
What's that?
The stuff that we are digging, and Ben wanted me to, just kind of tickle this in there. He does a little thing on the eBay. He starts it out at 99 cents, and it's the stuff that we're digging. So if you look up the Ben and Rocco, and he's got a little pay there bag that we dig that starts at 99 cents. But don't think there's nothing in it, because there is.
Okay, is he giving any away?
I was thinking, I don't know if I want to do it this week or next.
Okay.
So I'm just
going to
I'm going to keep that in alert.
Let's save it for closer, maybe the Christmas show or something. Okay.
Ooh, that would have to be a good one, though.
No, not necessarily. It just have to be a bag of dirt with some gold in it. It would be nice. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
just something to think about. Just keep it in
from the
back
people at Gold Prospector Space on Christmas.
I know. Well, keep it in the old archives and let us know. Okay.
You got it.
Awesome, brother. We'll talk to you here in a bit. Also joining us, last but not least, our little buddy, the Indiana Gold Hunter himself, the man with the angel voice, Mr. Dennis Dayton. What's happening, Dennis?
Not a whole lot. Just enjoying a couple days off. And the good news is I'm back on day shift starting January 1. So that means I won't have to worry about being on the show every other week, every other Wednesday, and every other Sunday. So I'll be able to make it every Wednesday, every Sunday. I'll have every weekend off. I'll be able to prospect every weekend. Awesome.
Nice. Yeah, so nice. I had to say it more than twice. So, what's been going on, brother?
Nothing. Just trying to. I can tell you what I want for Christmas. I want to go back and spend time with my dad.
Oh, there you go.
So, I got this. I've never had luck with Ford trucks, and I got this old Ford truck. Traded a handgun for it. Now the heated core went out of it. I don't have any heat, and I'm like, looks like I might have to rent a car. I don't know if I want to chance it.
Well, I don't know if I would chance it. Not in the wintertime,
Yeah,
Not
I don't have enough miles on it yet, to make sure everything's all right.
Right, and nothing worse than breaking down in the wintertime, right?
Oh, yeah, especially with your family when you're driving to Oklahoma.
Yeah, right. So I think that's the time to rent one.
I do have a question for you, Tim, and I don't know if you ever got the answer. I was going through, and I dug out my Santa suit.
Uh-huh.
Out of the closet, because I had it put in a bag, and when I pulled it out, it was dirty and moist.
Was it moist?
Yeah, it was moist and dirty, but I don't know how to get all the white clean. Did you ever get anything on how to clean the white? Because I got to get the hat. It's got the white trim.
I bet.
And
OxyClean, is it safe for colors?
Yeah, see, there's the next questions, because we've still haven't gotten to the bottom of this OxyClean T-shirt dilemma. So now you got to add colors into the mix.
Because it's white and red.
It is. You're right. It's white and red, and you want those Santa suits looking bright and crisp, just like Scott's T-shirt. So Scott, we're relying on you, dude, and you're just dropping the ball in this cleaning method for us.
It just comes down to the fact maybe Scott Swiftwater's got a secret nobody else has. I mean,
but you can't keep secrets from us or the listeners. I mean, it's dirty and moist. I mean, there's nothing worse than dirty and moist.
Yeah.
No, we soak them. They're wet as heck. We put them in a bucket with the OxyClean.
But this is colors. This is a Santa suit.
Well, I don't know what he's going to do with that Santa suit, because red and bleach or anything tries to get things white. That's not going to work. It's going to turn it pink.
Well, we don't want that. I thought OxyClean was safe for all colors.
We need to ask Mrs. Claus, I think.
I think so.
Uh-oh.
I mean, I'm sure she's watched Santa suits before.
Yes, I would think
Although
so.
there is the old term, when the other one's looking bad, buy another.
Oh no, it's probably got it's probably got a lot of character. He's probably had it a long time.
It's got character. Yeah.
See, he's had it probably a long time. It's sentimental. I
was getting ready to say, I don't think it's the outfit. I think it's the guy wearing it.
Just because it gets dirty and moist ain't no reason to throw it out.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't give up on it because it's dirty and moist. Just clean it up a little. It's all good. Right, Dan? It's all good.
Hey, how many do you play Santa very much, or just like one time?
Well, I obviously, even when I'm not in suit, and to make a long story short, I was at my daughter's basketball game, and me and the wife were sitting almost at, they're like long benches that you sit on at the gym with the basketball court.
Right.
And we were sitting there, and 3 benches down was a younger couple with it looked like maybe, I don't know, 4 or 5-year-old kid. And he turns around, he looks at me, and then he turns back, looking at the court, and he immediately does that double take, looks back at me. He starts yanking on his dad's shoulder, says, Dad, Santa, there's Santa, Dad. And he's like, he didn't even turn around and look at me. He's like, oh, son, now. And then, Dad, there's Santa. And he turns around and looks at me, he says, man, I'm sorry. And I said, oh, no, that's fine. And he was wanting to come up and sit on my lap.
Well, there he is.
Finally, he was bugging his dad. He was bugging his dad so much that they had to move to the other side of the court.
You might have to start carrying candy canes in your pocket, Dennis.
I don't have to have.
Hey, little kid, you want a candy cane?
Oh yeah, that's going to go really good in the school.
Yeah. Right.
Oh yeah.
They'll be escorting you out.
Santa arrested trying to give out candy canes to little kids. Yeah, that'll go good.
I can see me walking through a grocery store, and every kid goes, I know him from somewhere.
Oh, man. I don't know.
That's pretty good.
It's all good, brother. Okay, Dennis, I didn't ask Scott. I'll come back to Scott in a minute. What do you want for Christmas? What's on your Christmas? Oh, you did tell me to go see your dad, but if you could get a super gift, what do you want?
Me?
Yeah, like if you needed a piece of prospecting equipment or something, what would it be?
Oh, crap.
Probably nothing. You got every dang thing.
I don't. I think I got everything I really need.
I think so. I can't think of.
I mean, I really don't know of, unless somebody comes out with something new I want to try.
Right.
I don't know.
So you're kind of good. Maybe a big old bag of pay dirt from Roaring Camp or something, or one of
I get that much.
Oh, maybe a big old bag from like Tommy Knockers or Dirt Hog or something like that. That'd
yeah.
Be nice,
Yeah. Oh, Tommy Knockers or Dirt Hog.
That would be sweet.
But I maybe a 4-inch dredge. I'd like to have that 4-inch.
That's a big item. Yeah. That is.
With the purple floats.
With the purple floats. Okay, and air and everything.
Oh yeah. Well, I got air in mine, so.
Right. Well, yeah. I'm just saying. Yeah, the whole thing. That way, it matches your wetsuit. Right.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd play Santa Claus in the wintertime. I'd be Barney in the summer.
Barney in the summer, Santa in the winter. That's right. It's all good, brother. Well, hey,
but Dennis, you get that 4-inch float, you're going to be so spoiled.
Okay, Scott.
I had one.
Scott, since I didn't ask you, hold on, Den, 1 second. What do you want for Christmas, Scott?
Me?
Yeah, I forgot to ask you, brother. So I got to ask.
If I was going to have, I'm already going to go back, and my grandmother's, she's elderly, she's up there. I think, I don't want to quote myself wrong because she'd be upset, but I think 93, 94, I don't know. She's up there. Mm-hmm. But I always, I already get to go back and do a quick visit with not only my gal's family, but my family for a day or 2 days. But the Christmas gift, if I was going to want anything, I would really like to have that camera that would just follow you when you walk.
Oh, okay. No, that's a good one. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, that would be so. I'd like, my stuff. I do a lot of, stop and goes, edit, cut it out, and this and that. And I would just like to have. I think that would be for what I want to, what I want to show people, what I'm doing and stuff like that. If I could move 10, 12 feet and show somebody down the creek and then bring you back, and a camera follows me, it would be like that. It'd just be over. Those videos would be cool.
All right,
they'd just be off the hook. So yeah, that would be it.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
yeah,
cool.
but I mean, with that camera, you don't need a cameraman because it follows you.
It does.
It does.
It's got about 10 minutes of footage before it goes dead.
Your drone can do that.
Ain't that the Schmoove or something? SMOVE, Shad? That thing that follows you? I think it is.
Yeah, I don't have, as I say, plus I don't have a drone anymore. Remember, I gave it away on a gold.
Right. See, so you should have asked for a drone then. Okay.
Well, I already looked at it. I was like, I don't know about this. It's not going to work. And I couldn't get the hang of it. I mean, I did it in the house a couple times, and which went up. And
okay.
No, I mean, it's like I was pretty good at it. But the whole thing of looking in the screen of my phone and trying to fly it was like, because I did remote control airplanes and stuff like that, where you always look at it and you fly it looking at it. But you can't do that with a drone. If you look at the drone, you try to fly it, you're going to be really, unless you know what you're doing. Like, Shad's probably pretty good at it.
Okay.
But me looking in the phone and trying to fly it just through that viewfinder, it was odd to me, and I knew it was eventually going to break.
All right.
So,
Scott, I totally understand.
We got it, Scott. Thank you, Scott. Now I know. Okay, back to Dennis. Okay, where was I, Dennis, with you? I've lost my page. Scott confused me.
No, I don't. I think it's about it, though. I mean, it's
everything else is all good.
I don't know. I'm already over this cold. We've got a little bit of snow, and it's like 2 days of cold. Yeah, I'm pretty much done with it. I'm ready for spring to get here.
I know, right?
Yeah.
And I don't even think winter's officially here yet. That's the worst part about it.
Well, and usually every time we have the first snow, which really I don't consider it's usually an inch or two, I always like to have every year do kind of like a polar bear outing. I don't know if my bones can take it this year.
Told you, What happens, dude? You get older. It's rough on us old folk.
I think I'm going to have to break out the canopy and put tarps around it and break out the heater and the generator and just dig that way.
Yeah, I'm telling you, you could do some kind of silver something dig instead of polar bears. I don't know. It's just crazy, but you'll come up with something. I know.
Yeah, I will. Well, what do you want for Christmas?
What do I want for Christmas? Goodness gracious, I have no clue. Yeah, I don't.
I mean, we want to know how you're doing and what do you want for Christmas?
I'm doing fine. I'm just trying to get over being sick. So, what do I want for Christmas? Gosh darn, I haven't given it too much thought. I really haven't.
A better paying job, maybe?
That would be pretty cool. Maybe some more wax for my car.
Oh my God!
You want some soap?
And some soap. And some OxyClean so I can get my shirt
membership.
They might make some oils to really make that shine too.
They might.
Kathleen.
They might.
Yeah.
You know what? We ought to send him, because I know your car's got to have leather inside, right?
No, it does not. I got cloth.
Oh, that's surprising. That totally blows my mind.
I wish it had leather, but it's got cloth. I'm fine with the cloth. Keeps me warm in the winter.
Oh, I'd rather have the cloth.
And cool in the summer.
Leather hurts.
Leather does hurt in the summer when it's hot as Hades.
Summer when it's hot and winter when it's cold.
Yep, that's why I kind of like the
stick in
cloth.
the summer and slide in the winter.
Yeah, so I'm thinking I'd like a big old bottle of Adam's buttery wax, because that's what I use. This stuff's like magic. Not.
I'm so surprised because I know you like to...
Wait, what, Kathleen?
Is it all moist? The wax?
The wax goes on so wet and
or is it
moist.
buttery?
Oh, it's buttery moist. It's just
like a butter moist.
Oh yes, it even looks like butter, and it's just moist and goes on so smooth. You know how moist stuff is; it's just smooth, and it comes off so easily. It's
that's
such
cool.
a joy.
So you give your car basically a wax job. And
yes. Oh, definitely. I do. As often as possible.
That's important.
It is. It's very important. Yeah.
I forgot something, Tim.
What's that?
I want to get a deck of cards from another state, or maybe even a different country.
Okay.
Because I collect cards.
So does my son. That's weird. You guys
are all the cards from China?
Yeah, they're all made there.
Well, maybe, but still.
What are you saying?
Well, yeah, you're right. They're made in China, but they have their different designs on them.
I tell you what, Dennis. Here's what I always thought was cool, and they're hard to find. But get the real deal playing cards from the 1800s.
That would be cool.
That'd be cool.
No,
that would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
You're right.
I've looked at them, and you can find just partial sets. It's almost impossible unless you throw some serious coin down. But it's so cool to see those cards.
That would be cool.
Well, any of our listeners out of the country, that live in a different country, and you get a set of playing cards from your country. My address is 160 South Workman Drive.
Oh no! Wait. Here's what I really want. This is total seriousness. What I really want is some sponsors for this show. That's what I want.
That'd be great.
That's what I want. Right?
There we go.
That's what I want. More than anything.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. And so we can have some more great giveaways and stuff like that. That's what I want. So, if any of you listening, consider it. Definitely. And that's what I want. Simple.
Oh, yeah.
Very cool.
Well, Dennis, thank you, brother, for being here, man. So let's take a quick break from our good friends over at AMRA. And then we'll be back with Kathleen Biffle and Dredging Up the News. We'll be right back, everybody.
Do you like to mine for gold? Enjoy prospecting a nice crack in the bedrock? Enjoy getting outdoors to camp, fish, hunt, and hike on your public lands? You plan your trip, load the gear, grab the dog, put the family in the truck, and drive off to a locked gate. A sign says you cannot enter or access your own public lands. Mining claims and public land owned by we the people are being designated as off limits by our own government every single day. Are you concerned about the direction our government is going? Are you tired of seeing no access, no entry signs on your lands? We are, and we are fighting back. We are AMRA, America Mining Rights Association, the fastest growing small mining advocacy association in America. AMRA is a 501c3 not-for-profit formed by miners, hunters, off-roaders, retired military men and women to stop the insanity. AMRA was formed to educate, unite, and help the small miners and public land users on their rights given to us by God. Do you want access to great mining claims? For a small tax-deductible donation to their Miners Legal Fund, your family gains access to proven excellent mining claims across America for an entire year. AMRA challenges the USFS, BLM, EPA, and the other agencies intent upon stopping you from enjoying your own lands. You are who pays these people's wages. It is time they listen to us. We need to unite. And that is what AMRA is doing. As you sit here right now, thousands of acres of public lands are being closed, locked, and blocked from use by you. Are you fed up yet? Join us. Get in on this fight and let's restore America to what our families fought and died for. Freedom. Just visit AmericanMiningRights.com. AmericanMiningRights.com. Also, check us out on Facebook at American Mining Rights Association. AmericanMiningRights.com.
It is time for Dredging Up the News with Kathleen Biffle. Mining news from around the globe, metal detecting, dredging, entertainment news, and fun facts as well. Here's Kathleen.
All right, it's December 5th, 2018, and I'll start off with the story. in Pierre, South Dakota. State officials announced that they will take testimonies from 4 Cheyenne River Sioux tribal members who want to stop a permit for temporary use of Rapid Creek water in a gold exploration near the sacred Paisla Trust in the Black Hills. I think I said that right.
What's
It's Paisla, I think.
Paisla?
Paisla, I don't know. Anyway, a petition was filed requesting that the Sioux Dakota Water Management Board refuse to approve a water application from Mineral Mountain Resources because the Canadian-owned company does not have the authority to explore for gold in South Dakota. That's their claim. Mm-hmm. The tribal members say that the proposed water use and the gold exploration will pollute and adversely affect the land and all the natural resources. So they're concerned on that. Testimony, I guess it was today. I kind of did this on Monday. Testimony will be received, or was received today, I suppose. Anyway, for the tribal members, they're located in the heart of the Black Hills, mm-hmm. and to them, the Black Hills is the center of the universe. You know, it's reflected in their heavenly constellations, and according to the Sioux Tribe Natural Resources, Kyle White, the exploration they feel will impede access to Paisla's religious practices. So that's what's going on right now in South Dakota.
Okay.
And I kind of agree.
Yeah, I would have to say I do too. All right, so fresh off the press today, an article that was titled, "Can Gold Mining Save a Fading Washington Town?" The town's name is Republic, and it is located in Ferry County, halfway between the North Cascades and the Washington-Idaho border. Miners had built this town of approximately 1,100 residents right now. They built it in the early 1900s, and mining's just been a big part of that town, and the last gold mine actually closed in 2017. Mm-hmm. Well, now a young Canadian prospecting company, Adamera Minerals Corporation, they're poking around, so to speak, to see if there's any gold, and their main focus is an area outside of the town Republic. This company employs 10 to 20 people in the area. They bought mineral rights to what's believed to be a potentially lucrative piece of land in Ferry County. This company doesn't actually do the mining, though. They're just like a prospecting company. Mm-hmm. That's pretty cool, I think.
That is pretty cool.
But anyway, gold mining, like I said, is very intertwined with Ferry County, and mining drew settlers to the area and for mining for more than 120 years.
Right.
And that's what kept them, that county alive, and it is slowly fading. They actually have an annual event, and I guess we'll cover this when we get to our local events of interest, in June. Right. But anyway, every June they have what's known as a Prospectors Day, and it's a really big thing in this town, and they really like value their mining history. So we'll have to see more on that.
Yeah, definitely.
They did go on to talk more in that article, actually, and I won't cover it all because it gets kind of political.
Okay.
But, it's kind of the people out in the rural areas, they're forced to go with some of the rules, the taxes, everything that, are decided on these, larger urban areas.
Sure. Like
the cities and stuff. And they don't understand that it is two different worlds.
It is.
It is.
Oh, without a doubt. So those decisions definitely affect them. And not always in a good way.
Unemployment's rampant.
Right.
Out in the rural areas, and it's kind of sad. Yes. And it kind of reminds me of another state that we all know. Mm-hmm. So. I will move on to the next story.
Okay.
This one came to me, actually. Darth sent me a link on Sunday, and I just couldn't get it woven into my story. But anyway, this happened last week. Photographs of a strange, smooth, shiny object that they got a picture on Mars. And if you look at
on Mars, yeah,
on
I've
Mars,
seen that.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a nugget.
What?
That's what
Nugget.
I looked at it. I swear to God, we looked at it this morning. I said, "That's a gold nugget," and then I actually seen what they said it was about. I'm like, "Oh no, come on!" Because I thought somebody was showing me a gold nugget.
Well, anyway, it's they've got their rover out there. It's called the it's called Curiosity.
Right.
But they nicknamed the object that they found as Little Colonsay. I don't know what that means.
Don't know.
But anyway, they don't know what it is yet. They do, I guess, are able to take chemical samples or do like a sample out there in Mars.
Yeah.
So I guess that'll give them a better indication of what kind of metal that is. But that's pretty cool.
That is cool. I just wonder.
Yeah, but Kathleen, what did it look like to you?
It looked like a gold nugget.
I didn't
exactly.
see it.
It looked like a smooth one that was, in
water-worn.
It's not like a bumpy nugget.
Not a bump. You don't want to. God forbid, it's a bumpy nugget.
It's not a chunky one. It's a. And if you look at the pictures, it looks really shiny.
It really was.
Do you think they'd really tell us if there was gold or keep it quiet?
I think.
Well, it's not like we're going to go get it.
Yeah, right. It's not like you guys are going to go up there and take it all. Right? Right, Shad?
They're going to mine Mars. That's going to be the next thing.
Shoot, as far as you know, I'm sure some skeptics out there saying they were just out in Arizona with the red lens on.
Probably.
Hey. You guys got to remember the bumper sticker. Somebody thought of it. They said, we're going to mine Earth. We'll mine other worlds later.
Oh, yeah. They're going to probe Uranus, is what I heard.
The asteroids.
I hate when I get asteroids.
They're mining the asteroids around Uranus.
Oh, stop.
It's Uranus.
Yeah, actually, it is pronounced Uranus.
It's Uranus.
We learned that from watching a NASA documentary on the Voyager spacecraft.
Oh, that was really cool.
Just saying. Okay,
we really went on a tangent here.
It's your fault, Kathleen.
I know. I'll reel you guys back
Reel us in, please.
We'll just move on to the next story. How's that?
Okay.
And this is global news. In Greece, a Greek court on Friday acquitted 21 people accused of raiding prospective gold mining facilities. Some see the prospective mines as a welcome to the area because of the it'll help their foreign investment, but local residents strongly oppose it based on environmental concerns. Even though it would help their economy, that is really bad right now. But anywho, in 2013, about 40 mass people attacked these facilities, and this has been going on for a while, and it was, I'm not even going to pronounce this at all, but it's in the northern peninsula of Greece.
Okay.
They allegedly assaulted security guards, and they set fire to machinery in their offices. Last week, the court found that there wasn't sufficient evidence to convict these defendants, all of whom had denied any wrongdoing. The charges had included attempted murder, possession of explosives, arms offenses, and forming a criminal organization.
Jeez. Serious.
Yeah, so there were a lot of people, I guess, in the courthouse that were really happy. So, yeah. But anyway, El Dorado Gold acquired the mine in this area in 2012. They had started construction work a year later, hoping to open an open pit and underground mine. However, long delays in permits and licenses from Greek authorities led to a temporary suspension in their mining development. And in 2017, El Dorado Gold placed the site in a state of care and maintenance.
Gotcha.
But I will turn this. That's all the global news I have tonight.
Okay.
Over to Shad and his local events of interest.
All right.
Thank you, Kathleen. Put on your Santa hat and grab your jingle bells. Head on over to Cripple Creek, Colorado. It's Gold Camp Christmas this December the 6th through the 8th. Stop by the Christmas Craft Fair where you can find items made by local crafters and win prizes. Decorated Christmas trees are available for purchase, so be sure to bring your saran wrap. You can also bid on them through the live tree auction. Don't miss the Christmas parade with special appearances from none other than Dennis Dayton, Santa! Festive activities for children include gift making, a scavenger hunt, skating around the Christmas tree, and gingerbread ornament decorating. Also, a self-guided tour of Christmas light displays that last all month long. So join the fun in Cripple Creek.
Sounds like fun.
It does.
Cool.
Moving on over, this time, leave the Santa hat and the jingle bells aside and just bring a load of cash with you for December 15th in Dallas, Texas. The Heritage Auction House presents the Nature and Science Signature Sale. It'll include lots featuring nuggets from the United States, Canada, Australia, and more. Some of the featured ones are one from Australia, valued at $40,000 to $60,000, found in Denali, Victoria, Australia, near Bendigo Goldfields, weighing 607 grams or 19.51 troy ounces. Another signature nugget to bid on is from Canada at the Atlan Mining Division in British Columbia, weighing 1.8 troy ounces, valued at $4,000 to $6,000. And lastly, good old nugget found here in the United States by the Talc and Lacey claim of the Mockingbird Mine in the Whitlock District of Mariposa County, California. This piece is unique as it's featuring crystallized gold on quartz, valued at $1,500 to $2,500, and this only weighs 7 grams.
That's pretty cool.
Still, it'd be a cool one to have.
A heck of a specimen there.
Yes.
I like that last one, yeah.
I do
Sure.
too. And
it's affordable.
It's cheaper.
Right. Right.
Affordable.
For the United States.
Oh, it is. It's an auction, so it is
like
affordable.
Australia. 19.51 troy ounces. How are you going to bring that home from
But
you?
it's a specimen, so it's,
Right.
pretty cool.
I want the cheap one.
All right.
Okay,
Moving
that's
on.
what you want for Christmas, Tim, right?
Oh, thank you.
It was like, okay, that's what I want.
There's some more sponsors.
Yeah, we do a lot more sponsors.
Yeah, a lot.
All right. Moving to Columbia, California, you can bring your Santa hat with you on this one and some jingle bells because on December 15th through the 16th, it's a miner's Christmas. And of course, they're your favorite. What is that?
I don't know.
Feedback all of a
I'm
sudden.
telling you.
Somebody did something.
They did, because it just stopped.
It just did.
Hey, do you guys hear anything like I do?
It's Scott.
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Way to mess up my flow. All right.
Keep it on, jingle bells.
Costume interpreters recreate the mining camp of the 1850s as homesick miners roasting chestnuts and hot cider, as well as perform live music for park visitors. That is just so weird. But the 19th century toys and games, Victorian holiday craft making, and Christmas storytelling make this an enjoyable experience for the entire family. And this is at the Columbia State Historic Park on Main Street at State Street. And, of course, the admission is free, but the hours are only 12 p.m. to 3 p.m.
Oh.
All right, now let's move globally. Looks like we just have one fun-filled event for you, and it's actually in Vancouver.
Oh, okay.
It's Western Canada's largest gem show, featuring over 90 of the best gem, mineral, and jewelry vendors from across Canada and abroad, bringing you unique gems, fine crystals, rare fossils, handmade jewelry, fancy beads, and findings, lapidary art, lectures, and demos, and hourly door prizes.
Ow.
So you can essentially keep walking in and out all day long trying to win that door prize.
Trying to win that hourly door prize.
Yep,
right.
and this is actually this weekend, December 7th through the 9th. It's located at the PNE Forum off of Hastings Street in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And there is a fee, but if you are a senior or student, for a one-day pass is only $6. And I assume this is in Canadian dollars.
Canadian, I guess.
Probably.
General admission, though, for one day is $8 Canadian. Your 3-day package, though, if you want to go back there for 3 fun-filled days, senior and student is $9 Canadian.
Is it Canadian dollars or Canadian pounds?
Dollars.
All right.
CAD is the abbreviation.
Sorry.
Yeah, not pound.
Your 3-day admission for general admission is only $12 Canadian. Children, 12 and unders, are free.
Nice.
Man, that would be that'd be an awesome show to go to.
Yep.
You know what? That would just be a cool
Well,
show.
you gotta
in
think.
Canada.
Well, and this is Western Canada, so that's where a lot of mining is.
Right.
They're pulling mammoth tusk out,
Oh, yeah. That's right.
fossils. That's gotta
Permafrost.
be fascinating.
Oh, it would be. That would be cool. Yes.
But to learn how to cut stones, there's going to be 100 people there. It's going to show you how you could cut this and do this with this particular piece of machinery.
I bet if I would have brought my little jet, they would have put it in a setting for me.
I bet they would.
It'd be
All right.
All right.
They're off.
Very
Wow.
cool.
Well, there's your local events of interest.
Thank you, Shad.
Obviously not as exciting as I promised, but hey, I was just trying to hype it up.
You know, the only thing missing was the K297 cat.
I know that's over. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to look on YouTube
Let's see how
and
it
find
went.
the video of the parade from
Okay.
this
Let's
past
see
weekend.
this.
Okay. That sounds
I
like
want
a
to
winner.
see that truck. Like, I found older videos, but I want this one that we've been talking about.
Yes.
It was the St. Barbara's Day Festival.
That's right.
Yeah, we got to know more about that truck.
But back to Kathleen
All
to
right.
wrap it up with some fun facts.
All righty.
All right. So, our fun facts. All of you who listen to us on a regular basis, you've heard us talk about the crazy shenanigans that we get into while we go out on an outing, or even when we're just doing everyday prospecting, some of the shenanigans. But, we all have some camaraderie amongst us, and sometimes that's what makes these experiences fun. Mm-hmm. But did you know that practical jokes of all kinds were an everyday occurrences as well in the California gold rush mining camps? Granted, people's sense of humor have changed, and things we think are funny may not have been back then, and vice versa. So I came across this really cute blurb in the Nevada Outback Gem site. They've got some interesting stories out there, but tonight's fun facts will be centered around the theme of gold mining shenanigans and funnies.
Okay, cool.
Even the word shenanigans was believed to have come from the gold rush. There was a reference made in 1855 to a shenanigan ditch. It was dug in gold mining country in California. Of course, it led to the belief that the word was popularized during the 1849 California gold rush because of that. In California has a ethnicity of largely Spanish, and this corroborate that story because it comes from the Spanish word charanda, which is a general definition for an alcoholic beverage. You got a lot of fun facts in that one.
Yes.
But anyway, the first little story back then, and I was it's kind of funny because I don't think they're that funny, but I guess this was a hoot back then. But anyway, at Gibsonville, which back then very few women, as we know, were found in any mining camps.
Right.
But Gibsonville was the center of many mining camps within a 20-mile radius around them. So girls would come to these dances. They were typically all, I guess they were 15. They were all married, and some were even mothers at that early age, but they were permitted to attend these events with minors. That's so weird. But anyway, there was a story about the 4th of July ball, I guess, and there were about 50 ladies there that came to that party, and many of them even brought their babies along.
Wow.
Anyway, there are like several hundred miners there, and only a limited number of ladies. So, as you would expect, the rowdy miners didn't get to dance with anybody because they didn't have a partner.
Right.
They were disappointed. So, what they ended up doing, they decided that they would break into these ladies' rooms where their babies were sleeping and mix up the babies.
That's funny.
So that no mother, in her hurry after this ball, could find the infant that belonged to her. However, they left the blanket in the same place and just switched the babies around. So it would appear that, hey, there's my baby, right? Because they're looking by the blanket. Well, I guess the mothers, when the festivities ended, the mothers did get their babies, and they went to their homes. They got all the way to their home.
Oh, my gosh.
That's funny.
That is a good one.
Grabbed a child from the place where she had put hers down and left. But when they reached their home, they discovered the mistake. So evidently, I guess there were different accounts of people documenting this, that it took them days to find their baby. I mean, I don't think it's, as a mother, if that happened to me, I would have just...
Well, you couldn't get away with that nowadays, but that's hilarious.
Right.
Yeah.
But I wonder...
That's funny.
I wonder if any of them said, this kid's kind of quiet. I think I'm just going to keep this one, It just makes you wonder.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. You think a kid would kind of cry if it wasn't its mom after a while,
I don't know.
That's crazy. I don't think it's as funny as being his mom, but back then I guess they thought it was funny.
Well, it kind of is funny.
A bunch of drunk miners who are like, this is fun. The other guy's like, yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, right.
Like, all right.
Kind of like, chasing a turkey around.
Kind of, sort of.
They're probably like,
yeah, right.
Days' wages in gold if you won't do it. And he's like, hold my beer.
Yeah, that's right. Yep, exactly. That's what he said too, Shad.
Hey, but you guys got to remember, that was a wild turkey, and he come up to you guys. It ain't like you were chasing it. It was there.
It was
really fun, though. That's just kind of the shenanigans, Scott, that you need to come to an outing once.
That's right.
When we have out east.
That's right.
I know, right?
Yeah.
We'll out there.
Fun.
But I will leave you with some funny puns of the day.
Okay.
These are kind of funny. Okay, so speaking of strange sense of humor, what did the greedy gold miner say? Sorry, what did the greedy gold miner say?
I don't know. What did the greedy gold miner say?
Mine, it's all mine.
See, that sounds like a joke Kathleen would really tell nowadays.
I know, right?
That's a good one.
Or Mike Pung.
That's a good, yeah.
Okay, here's another one. Why was silver more popular than gold?
Don't know. Why was silver more popular than gold?
Because everyone dug silver but panned the gold. I had to look that one up, believe it or not. I did not get it.
I don't get it.
But evidently the word panned can mean numerous things. It can also mean criticize, or to slam somebody. So I don't know.
Okay.
So we had to bring some 19th century
definitions. Yeah.
Okay. I guess you had to be you had to be there to get it, Kathleen. I guess one of them jokes, right?
Okay. So here's one.
All right.
Why couldn't the miner ever find gold?
Don't know.
Well, he looked and looked, but searched in vain. V-E-I.
I get that one. I get it. Scott just got it.
All right, a few more. What do you call miners with no clothes on?
Swiftwater?
Close. Strip miners.
What was it again?
Strip miners. What do you call miners with no clothes on?
Good one.
All right. Okay. On St. Patty's Day, where can you always find gold?
I don't know.
Into the rainbow.
In the dictionary.
Wait, what?
Or you can find it in the dictionary. Look it up.
Well, okay, but okay, never mind.
Oh, this one's kind of weird. What did the baby find at the end of the rainbow?
Oh, pot of gold, of course.
Nothing.
A potty gold.
Scott,
All
you
right,
writing these
four
down?
more, bear with me. What do you call a calming piece of gold?
A calming piece of gold. I don't know.
A mellow.
Yours.
A what, Kathleen?
A mellow yellow.
Mellow yellow. Okay. All right, next.
Why did the little boy take his pet to the appraiser?
I don't know.
It was a goldfish. I don't know why that one was.
I like that one.
Okay, what did the gold collector bake for dessert?
I don't know.
A carrot cake.
Okay, get it.
Oh, I get it.
I get it.
That's just funny.
And one more.
One more.
What is another name for fake gold?
I don't know. What's another name for fake gold?
Shamrock.
Scamrock? Is that what you said?
A shamrock.
Oh, okay.
I can bring these back on St. Patty's
You
Day.
could, because, yeah, definitely bring that one back. Oh, you got to bring that one back.
That was just the news.
Awesome, Kathleen. I loved it. And somebody did ask in the chat room earlier, remember when we was talking about the Mars thing?
Yes.
Somebody asked if Uranus is moist. I don't know why, but they wanted to know.
I think it's pretty cold there. Like bitter cold.
Uranus?
There's no moistness there for
Probably.
you.
Uranus is cold?
Frigid, cold place.
It looks rather dry.
Uranus is
They
dry
had a
and
dust
cold?
storm that, I guess, evidently killed the other rover.
That wasn't in the Uranus.
Right. We're
not on Mars.
we're talking about Uranus.
I wasn't.
You wasn't talking about Uranus?
Thinking about that.
Oh, I think me and Shad was talking about Uranus.
Oh, but that's my wife.
No.
All right, let's
let's move along, and it's time for.
And now it is time for In the Goldfields with Scott Swiftwater Toney. Join Scott each week as he shares useful information to help you find and recover more gold. Here's Swiftwater.
Actually, in the goldfields too.
Hey, no doubt, we're actually in the goldfields. But hey, thanks everybody for coming in tonight, man. I'm glad you're here tonight and listening to what's going on because we always have fun here and we have a good time. And I always like to hear Kathleen and Chad stuff. It's always fun to see to hear, I should say, somebody farther away. And Tim, you guys are all farther away, Dennis and Rich, but it's pretty cool because you guys are freezing and I'm not, and I'm not bragging, but
yeah, you are.
I do get to work. I do get to work right now, and you guys don't.
Right.
That's the only good thing. But remember, in the summer, you guys I hate to see your guys' videos because they look like tropical weather, and I'm out here burning up. So
see,
it makes a big difference. That's for sure.
Uh-huh.
But anyway, tonight I want to talk about a little something, and I've noticed this throughout the years, and I never really went on it too hard because it just, people do what they want to do, and I try not to interfere too much with that because, people are like me. If you got your mindset on something, you're going to do it, you're going to get it, and it's what you want, and it's what you want to go. But tonight's segment, I want to talk about, people that are starting out, people that are maybe a one day a week, maybe one day a month, maybe a weekender. The things that I believe that you should probably try to do before you get too big. I see a lot of people out here in Arizona especially, who really, they want to get big really quick, but yet they don't know where to go They don't have their own claim. They might be joined up with a club, but the club doesn't allow certain aspects, such as a 4-inch or a 3-inch dredge. You know, you've got to be smaller than that. There's just different rules out here. So what I want to discuss tonight is what I think, as I want to start with a beginner. And what I call a beginner is just like people, it's like, man, I really want to go out and I want to take a hike and I want to go down and I want to try to find this and I want to try. You know what? A gold pan is the best thing for a beginner and for anybody that wants to hunt gold. And the reason why I say this is because if you cannot pan gold, and actually there's, you know, Kevin Hoagland says this too, if you cannot pan gold, you cannot find gold. Even in your clean out, if you can't pan it, you're going to lose it. So for a beginner or anybody that's, you know, just kind of, you know, thinking about getting in it, a pan is about all you need. And you know, of course, a shovel. But just get used to working that pan. Know what the water does. Know how the sediments in the water moves and goes and back and forth, and what your black sand does, and the bigger pieces of magnetite and hematite, that stuff. Get used to really seeing that stuff move and know how it does. That way, you know, when you're panning, you're not putting too much water in the pan or not enough water in the pan.
Uh-huh.
You know, you have to have the sediments move. But if you move them too much, like I see a lot of people that try to pan, they'll take the water clear to the back of the pan and splash off the back of the pan.
Right.
And to me, that's kind of a no-no, because anything in the back of the pan is supposed to be in the back of the pan or down in what I call the corner, or what would be the inside edge.
Mm-hmm.
So I always take it like, if you got a 3 riffle pan, if you're taking water past your 3rd riffle, you have a high chance of losing something. And, you know, I've showed on a couple of my videos, you know, I do 1 or 2 or 3, and then I shake that up again. Mm-hmm. The more shook up that you get a pan, the more that not only any nugget is going to be at the bottom, but your fine gold's going to finally work its way down through the black sands and those heavy rocks. So you got to just utilize the pan and learn the water and learn the weight of where you work at, you know, and not every place is the same. East Coast, West Coast, North, South, nothing is the same. So you got to get used to doing different stuff, different places. But if you're in your area and you get used to doing your area, then you have a very good idea. Mm-hmm. So I always suggest a pan being really versatile and really a smart thing to learn very first, and even finish panning, you know, just pan. Just know the water and how it works it.
Right.
So to me, for beginners and stuff like that, that's a pretty good way to go. And the other way, the next step up, what I would call maybe a 1 day a week or 1 day a month. 1 day a month kind of guy wants to get away. He wants to go out 1 day a month and just be away from everything. And he bought himself a sluice box. Now, right. A sluice box is a little different animal, but still, you're going to have to know how to pan. So know how to pan. But you're going to go up to a sluice box, and the sluice box is a pretty cool and efficient way to find gold. Generally, because you could go and get a bucket from here and put through it and kind of see, you know, there's always a cheater map in a sluice box, most generally. So you're going to see, like, maybe if you see 1 or 2 pieces of gold and stuff like that, you're going to be, okay, where I was digging was pretty cool. And if you didn't find it, then you could always go somewhere else and take another bucket and bring back to that sluice box. And if you see, you know, pieces of gold in that cheater map, okay, that place was pretty good. A sluice box is it's just a real good way for people to learn where to dig. because you have to actually carry a bucket back to your sluice box to feed it, unless you're, say, you got a lot of water and you can actually, dig behind a rock and actually shovel into your sluice box. But the most of the time out here, where I'm at, in Arizona and stuff like that, we actually have to carry the bucket a little ways to get to a sluice box. But it's pretty cool because, like I said, that cheater mat up the top, it'll tell you, like, if you got 2 or 3 flakes, you're like, oh, okay, I'm pretty close, or I'm on the gold, depending on where you're at. So it gives you a little indication. But one good thing about a sluice box is if you do a test, you do a test, you do a test, you do a test, and you don't see anything really in your cheater mat, and you think, man, maybe the day's just lost. If you clean those riffles out, you could be surprised by some fine gold or a couple flakes that didn't want to stay up to the top, and which is not going to help you in the testing route because you went place to place to place to place, so you're not going to know where you've been. But at least you did not lose the gold for what you worked for that day.
Okay.
So I always suggest that, the guy that goes out like one time a month and wants to move a little bit of dirt, a sluice box is really prime. Recirculating sluices, I kind of want to stay away from that out here because where I'm at, a recirc back in the East Coast is going to be really good in a creek, especially if you have like a hand dredge or something like that pulls the stuff out of the rocks, or if you get one big enough recirculating sluice that actually has a good grizzly on the back, it's like a mini high banker, what we call it, would be really good for the East Coast. But out here in the West, you have so much silt that anything recirculating out here, you're going to have pretty much mud in your water in about 20 minutes. Mm-hmm. So it's really futile. So if you're back in the East Coast, recirculating sluices are awesome in the creeks, stuff like that. If you want to move a little bit more stuff, say, you and your family went out and you have, your people are digging and classifying and bringing it over and you guys are running through it. A recirculating sluice that way is really good as well, strictly just because you can move a little bit more dirt with help and classifying, and you can actually use the water that you're sitting there beside a creek, a river, or anything like that, because it's you just put the engine in, and there's your water. Mm-hmm. So if you wanted to go up from something like that, which I would call pretty much like if you went out all weekend, and we can call them weekenders, like Shad and Biffle right now, or Shad and Kathleen, sorry, they have jobs and stuff like this, so they really predominantly jump on the weekends. That's their time to hit it, and they hit their in their bigness. Uh-huh. So you're gonna look at something more like you're gonna look for something like a high banker, 2 to 3 inch dredge, depending on where you're at, what you can do. Remember, there's always rules and stuff, so you want to look those up. But you want to dig the most you can in the time you can. And when, like the weekenders, they get out there and they really do a good job, and they bring up a lot of sediment because that's what they do. They get up early in the morning, they eat their breakfast. They're there for one thing, mining. Boom, they go to it, and they jump into it, and they make pretty good holes. 3-inch dredge. Throughout 6-7 hours of the day, you can make a pretty good a dent in the creek.
Right.
And you can come up with some pretty good gold too. I mean, we've seen the videos, so we know that that's true. Mm-hmm. But when you're going out like that, Shad and Kathleen, they're beyond the sluice box. They're beyond the they're beyond that because they've already took the experience learning to get up to that point, and now they know they want to jump on it, and that's what they want to do. They jump on it in a weekend.
2-inch can make a really big hole too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, well, you showed that.
Definitely.
But it takes me all summer.
Yeah, but you get the gold.
I do.
Well, what's really good about a 2-inch is if you think about it, and sometimes you guys get out there and you got what we call shallow clay. You get down, it's only a foot and a half, but it's in a thin draw, and it's an inside bend. They work really good. They get stuff out of the cracks. They stuck the stuff off the top of the clay without bringing the clay through your box. So that's a pretty good advantage. Me, I'm anywhere from, like I said, I've got my stuff right now is 3-inch to 6, and which right now I can't use that 6-inch. I wish I could, but we have a couple places planned out. If there's ever a big flood, and old Swiftwater's going to have a weight belt on it, I'm pretty sure, because I'm not that heavy. And we're going to try to build that thing up and run it down here and find out what's going on with it. But that's just what we want to do, because we do it for, that's where I make a living at. But after you go past, like I said, the weekenders, and you get the 3-inch to 2-inch, 3-inch, you're moving some rocks and stuff like that. People kind of get the, and then you also have your high banker. Now, which is really cool about a high banker is because if you take a 3-inch dredge, okay, that takes, if you wanted to stretch it out, you could say it takes you to be in the hole, and it takes a box tender to watch that the rocks don't get messed up or in the box and stuck up, a box tender. But a high banker is really a good time for people that want to get with a group of people and go out for a weekend. And the reason is because everybody's doing a part. And this is, it is about the camaraderie when you guys are out there. I mean, believe it or not, it's fantastic when you get out there with people that are like-minded. They want to talk stories, they want to learn stuff and this and that. So if you get 5 to 6 to 7 people sitting there working a high banker, either shoveling into it or bringing buckets over, and, everybody's right there. Everybody can hear each other and stuff like that. I think a high banker in that position would be the most vital to it, because just, when you're dredging and you have a nozzle going into a high banker combo, it's more or less you, the rocks, and the water. I mean, yeah, the people can be standing around, but they're not really doing anything. But when you can get people actively getting in with you and getting the whole, yeah, man, let's get some gold, and they're shoveling or somebody's classifying, I've seen, like, some of the ladies like to sit around and classify and give the men the buckets because they don't want to get out of a chair, and they just want to sit in their little circle and talk, and that's their weekend. They want to talk and do their thing. They want to be themselves. So I think if you had a big group like that, I think a high banker is really the way to go. And it's pretty cool because you could actually start your own little club, and then everybody can come in and get that one high banker, and then you guys could have a 1 time a month thing that you could, you could utilize that stuff with the right group of people. And I think that's what, gold prospecting should be about, number one. And now if you're mining like myself, like right now, like I said, I've got, oh my gosh, I don't even know how much stuff to explain to you. I'm looking at a sluice box, sprays, nozzles, I've got everything. It's just because it's took me 25 years to get it, and it takes a lot to get it. But I got anything and everything that I can do right now that if the creek ran dry, I could still mine. If the creek was flooded, I can still mine. If the creek's low, I can still mine. I've got the stuff that I know through experience that if something happens, I can still do something to get the gold in the box, because what I do, you have to keep it coming in, because if it stops, we don't get vacations. We don't get Sundays off to watch football games. We don't do that stuff here. Me and Ben works Monday through Sunday, and I've had 1,000 people. What day is it? I'm like, I don't know. That's like sometimes not tonight, because I was expecting tonight, but there's been a couple Wednesday nights where Tim's called me up, and I'm like, I forgot it was Wednesday. You lose track of that because we just dig every day, but we do stuff that it's a lot of money, folks, and I'm just saying, if you're not willing to do that much work, the extra mile, And oh my God, spend the time. I would say don't go into mining full time.
There you go.
But in like I said, in my equivalence, I think those are the stair steps that people should look at and kind of go with. But that's just my opinion. There's people that,
I
you guys
think
could
you
have
got
different.
some good ideas, buddy. I mean, I think as far as people looking in to get into it, don't just jump in and start spending thousands of dollars. Do what you said. Start off simple with the pan, the bucket, the classifier, and then if you are interested in upgrading your equipment, do like what Kathleen and I did. And this is how we got to hang out and meet Tim more often, was we got to try out his 2-inch backpack dredge, and we got to try other people's high banker equipment, Dennis's, and it evolved from there rather than just throwing, I mean, we've seen it, people throwing thousands of dollars in equipment, getting a camper, and then you see them for a couple months, and then they're off the face of the planet.
And then they get burned out, and they're like, why did I spend that much money for nothing? Mm-hmm. And because it just didn't get up to the stair steps.
True. This is true.
What do they call that? Baby steps or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Walk before you run.
Yep. Good point.
All right, very good.
And in gold prospecting, that is the biggest thing you could ever learn. Walk before you run.
I agree.
Yeah, if you think you're going to go out there and find an ounce of gold,
think again.
Right away, it's not going to happen.
Right. And if you do, I hate you.
That's right.
Yeah, you know what's going to happen, Chad, is because if somebody actually did go out and find that 1 ounce of gold, they're ruined. Because they will never go anywhere in the next 7 years and find that same thing.
No,
they'll be ruined.
You're right. They're ruined.
Yeah.
They're ruined.
Did you say ruined?
He said runt.
Ruined.
Ruined.
Yeah, I guess ruined, if you want to call it ruined. But we call it ruined.
It's called
ruined.
It's called ruined.
I heard you say futile, but you said futile.
It's a hillbilly thing. Leave me alone.
Futile and rootin'. Okay.
Okay. Yeah, I agree, though. I mean, I was excited when I got that hand dredge, from digging, because we were digging and sluicing when we first started out, and that hand pump, Golden Sands, that was like, oh wow, this is awesome.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Then you got on a real dredge, and you was like,
and I was like, I don't want to go back up.
Right. Right.
Yeah, but you know what's funny is because I've got one of them sitting right beside me, right here in my RV.
Yeah.
Because that is a tool that is utilized in the right place.
Mm-hmm. That's true. It is a tool.
Everything, for the most part, of our smaller equipment. So if you're going to an area where you can't get a dredge back there, or it's too cold and you don't want to get in the water, high banking is fun.
Yes, it is. It's a lot of fun. High banking is, especially if you're young and got a strong back. It's definitely fun.
Good exercise.
No, it's really good with a lot of people. I mean,
it is. But it's fun with the kids, because kids could have a blast doing that too. I mean, just the shoveling and stuff. It's fun. It really is. It's fun. But once you get on a dredge, you're kind of ruined.
Yeah, but you know what? There's certain places that you can use a high banker that you would never ever be able to use.
Agreed. There is. Yes, there is. That's why we have them in our arsenal for those occasions where you can't use a dredge. You take your high banker or your sluice or whatever it might be. But great segment, Scott. Really good job.
Hey, you know what? I'm glad you guys like it. You know what? I put a lot of thought in this week because I've seen a lot of things, through the years. I've got a good friend of mine. It's up in Canada right now. It's Ted Ballas. Oh. And this guy, he actually got a hold of me somehow, some way. And he wanted me to kind of show him what to do and what I have place to dig. And I usually don't do that for people. I mean, because it's my season. This is my living, so I don't really have time to take people out and do this stuff. I don't do that for a living.
Right.
But he come down and man, he showed up, and this guy had the biggest gold hog it's ever made. It's like, I can't remember what Doc calls it, but it's giant.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, oh my God! I'm like, what do you think? 9 people's going to dig into this thing? And it was a hide maker.
Yep.
And I was like, oh my gosh, what are we going to do with this guy? And then like, all right, we got him. So we put him down there, and he dug a little bit, and he seen us dry land dredging, and he's sitting there trying to dig with a shovel. He's like, okay, I don't like this anymore. He goes, what? So I'm like, what are you talking about? You bought the machine? He goes, no, my arms are hurting. Da-da-da. So we modified Doc's, what do they call that?
It's
What's the big one?
Gold hog, monster hog,
or the Viper or something. The Viper's huge.
No, it's the monster hog. It's
the monster,
monster hog. Okay,
monster hog.
Robert just said it, monster hog. Anyway, we modified that monster hog to where we could put a 3-inch dredge nozzle over the top into the box.
Yes, you can.
And tied it down. And he loved working that. Now I'm not saying nothing about the box. The box was fabulous, man. He got gold that he got some good fine gold and everything. And he loved the way it was working. Mm-hmm. He just didn't like the fact that there wasn't he couldn't do what we did. I'm like, you could buy these boxes and modify them to your, like I said, know where you're digging at, know what you want to do.
Oh yeah.
And that's where it comes down to.
Definitely.
But he was one of the guys that first started out. I mean, he just started out, and he comes down here with like stuff that I would not even think of buying yet. I'm like, really, dude, this thing, I could use a backhoe to run this.
Yeah, definitely. All right, Scott. Well, thank you, brother. Let's go ahead and wrap this up. Scott, thank you.
All
Great
right.
segment, buddy. We appreciate it.
Yeah, great job.
Yes, definitely.
I'm glad you guys like it.
We did. We loved it. All right, Kathleen, thank you. Great news. Shad, great local events. Dennis, you was quiet tonight. Rich, you was kind of quiet too, but we know you're there. Is Dennis still here, or did we lose him?
I don't know. I haven't heard from him.
I don't think he's here. I think we lost him.
It's showing his line's still on, but maybe he's on mute and fell asleep. I don't know.
I'm here.
I don't know. Maybe he did fall asleep. Maybe.
Yeah.
I don't know.
He could be a tired guy.
Yeah, he could be. All right. Well, we're going to wrap it up. Don't forget, everybody, tune in Sunday night for our Sunday night show at 7:30 Eastern Standard Time. We'll be here, as always. Rich Cooley, I'm sure, will have his Cooley's Corner this week.
Yep, I'm not sure what I'll have yet, but we'll see.
All right. Very cool. So we're looking forward to that. And as always, have a great week. Thanks for tuning in. And we're out of here.
Hey, Tim.
Yes, Scott.
Remember, it's 20 days.
Oh, 20 days till Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
All right. Very cool. Thank you, Scott. All right. We're out of here. See you all Sunday. Have a great week. Good night, everybody.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.
Good night, gold diggers.
Be sure to tune in next Sunday at 7:30 for another great show. For updates and more info, please go to www.prospectorsradio.com.